Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, music lovers from all over the world, welcome to a very special edition of Chatting with CHINU. Now, very seldom do I get to use the words national treasure and legend while describing my guest. But what can I say about a man who's won the Padmashree award, has won 2 national awards, has composed and produced over 35 ghazal albums, has sung over 5,000 songs in multiple languages. You know how they say never meet your heroes? I think I'll take my chances today. So let's give a big round of applause for the man, the legend, Mr. Hariharan.
दौड़ दौड़ भागा भागा सा 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 वक्त ये सख्त है थोड़ा थोड़ा.
Hi,
How are you?
Chino, how are you doing?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much for doing this.
My pleasure. Hi, folks.
Right. So, sir, are you comfortable?
Absolutely.
Also, I love how I'm making you comfortable in your own studio, which I might add is very state of the art.
Right. अपना ही घर समझो.
I love that. Now, right off the bat, I want to ask you this question. I think this comes more as a fan than anything else. In my humble opinion, I feel that in our country, for an artist to showcase his talent, the Indian film industry is the biggest stage. And as a fan, it really disappoints me to not having heard you in a few years now. Is there any reason you've shied away from that stage?
There's nothing about shying away. But the thing is that every 20 years, soundscape changes.
Right.
That includes the voice. I'm talking of commercial.
Right.
So it's changed. Because I started in 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000. Then it has to change. So there are new singers, new composers, and most of the songs are very high pitched. That's the style which is going on.
Right.
I mean, the heroes are younger, much younger. So in that scenario, and film music is not film music per se. It's for that medium, right? I do fusion, I do ghazals, simple films. So goes on, life goes on.
Now tell me, and I had to ask you this because I've followed your career very closely, and like I told you again, I'm a huge fan. When you hear songs like Pan Mein Purina Dekha, Naak Ka Nagina Dekha, Chikni Chameli Dekhi, Chikna Kamina Dekha, and you compare it to a Maut Aa Zindagi Tere Haathon Mein De Diya Re. And don't get me wrong, I think Badtameez Dil is one of my favorite songs of the last 10 years. I dance to it every chance I get. But do you think the longevity of music has been lost? The poetry, the essence is kind of losing itself?
Well, all depends on what kind of film is being made.
Right.
What the director wants to say, what the screenplay is saying, who are the characters playing, and what they want.
Right.
Right. We had Khai Ke Paan Bana as well also that.
Of course.
So here it's more. Today it's there's a lot of musical genres which has crept in. Hip hop and rock, and you have EDM. So many things are. So you have a different soundscape. That's what that happens because the director who's thinking today or tomorrow, and what is palatable to Bollywood.
Right.
You understand? I mean, there's amazing underground music which is happening in Europe and everywhere. You know, like even in the Hindi, Indian music, there's a lot of underground music happening. But you can just take a bit of those elements, like khushboo bolte hai na, usko utha ke you can put it in the Bollywood.
Fantastic. So I believe you're a graduate in chemistry and law.
Yeah.
And so tell me, how did a young boy from the south of India get inclined towards Carnatic music and Hindustani classical?
Well, I was born to musicians. You know, my parents were musicians. Carnatic classical music. So there was Carnatic music at home, right from 24 into 7. And they used to perform music and teach music also.
And this is mom and dad?
Mom and dad, yeah. My mom learned her music from her dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
And she still teaches till today, right?
Yeah, she performs too.
She still performs.
Yeah. Then, so I started learning Carnatic music from her. And then I went to Bosco's.
Right.
So we had a good share of Beatles, ABBA, and my parents used to also listen to great Hindustani artists like Amir Khan Sahab, and Paluskar. So, been exposed to Khayal music as well as Carnatic music. So it's advantageous to be in a city like Bombay, which is a melting pot.
Right. And tell me if this is true, because I've heard this about you, that you used to often argue with your mother because you would put your own style into Carnatic music.
Who said that to you?
I have my sources, sir. I have my sources.
So refreshing. Then she used to explain to me. Never used to stop me. She used to explain to me that this is a conventional. In Carnatic music, you don't improvise when you're singing a set piece. Once in a way, I used to sing something else, and I used to wink at her.
Look what I've done. There's something else you do which I find really cool. You do Twinkle Twinkle Little Star in Rag. Can we have a taster, please, sir? Can you do a Twinkle Twinkle, or anything, in fact, for that matter?
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Twinkle, 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 little star.
I wish I had a mic. I wish I had a mic and you just dropped the mic and walked away. That is something. How does a man make Twinkle Twinkle Little Star sound cool? That's just amazing. So now I want to walk down memory lane with you. 1978, memorable year for you. You got Gaman, and your style of singing, I believe, is called Khayal.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trained by Ustad Ghulam Khan Sahab in Khayal. Khayal is a genre of music. It's the gaiki is imaginative.
So you moved from there to 1978, where you did Gaman, which was the first film that you did a song for, and then 1992 you did Roja with a certain Mr. A.R. Rahman.
Oh yeah.
You might have heard of him. Please walk us through that journey and that majestical time.
Well, I would say that 75 I heard Mehdi Hasan Sahab, and I was drawn into the beautiful world of ghazal, singing ghazals, and he inspired me. Then 77 Gaman happened, which was a ghazal also. Ajeeb sa neha mujh par guzar gaya yaro. मैं अपने साए से कल रात डर गया यारो अजीब सानेहा. अभी सानेहा का मानी है तो साने का मानी इंसिडेंट. अजीब सानेहा, an odd incident took place. Okay, I got scared of my own shadow. That's what the couplet says. So the journey continued. Then I started singing for films. I sang more for Jaydevji. I sang for Usha Khanna. Then I sang for LP. Then I sang for Salit Chaudhary. Then I sang for Naushad Sahab. It all went along. This was in 70s and 80s. And at that time, there were so many youth singers, Kishore Baba, and all that. And we Suresh, we were all trying to get a foothold. And then in 92, I met Rahman. He had called me for a jingle.
Okay.
Very, very soft spoken. He never used to speak at all. Yeah. And so we did it. We had a nice time chatting and all that. Then he told me he loves my ghazals.
Wow.
Like reflections. Wow. So he something about it he liked, and so while we were going, he said, "I'm doing a movie for Maniratnam, so I would like you to come to sing a song for me." I said, "Sure, I'll come." So that was Bharat Humko Jaan Se Pyar Hai, which we did in Tamil first.
Okay.
Tamida Nadi Nam Nadi. So that's how I met Rahman. And when I saw the movie, I loved the movie. I said, "Whoa, what a movie!" And the music was amazing. But I was a little, felt sad. Ask me why.
Yes, I was just going to get to that.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? The song came when the titles were on. The titles.
Correct, the end credits.
I said, "Oh God, who's going to listen to the song?"
Yeah, of course, the end of it out here.
Yeah, I said, "Oh my God, this is a nice song." And the way he recorded my voice was too good. So I said, "Oh my." But believe it, that song became as popular as any other song from that film.
100%.
That was in Tamil. Then I did Roja Janeman also in Hindi. So it kind of, that was my break in South. That's why always when we do something together, it's like
That synergy is just beautiful.
it's, the
right?
energy is, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, so moving on to your long list of achievements. Now, to discuss all of them, we take a few days, so we just get to the highlights, if I may. You very recently hit a massive benchmark of 1 billion. I'm going to repeat that again: 1 billion views on YouTube for the Hanuman Chalisa. How is that? It must be a fantastic feeling, right?
You imagine the followers of Hanumanji. It's beyond words for me. Like, feel very happy to be the one who has sung it.
Fantastic. Extremely commendable. And then moving on, you've got 2 national awards. One for a film called Border, which I still believe JP Datta is one of his best works. For a song called Mere Dushman Mere Bhai.
Right,
And then one is a Marathi film called Jogwa.
Jogwa.
And so that we've also sung in pretty much every known language in India. A lot of them.
You know that last year I sang in Maithili.
Mithili, where's, I don't know this language.
Maithili is it's a Bihar. It's
Oh really? I should know that I'm from there.
It's so beautiful, the language.
And if I may ask you, which is the most difficult language you've sung a song in ever?
Oh, I sang a jingle. I couldn't get it right. I mean, I dread it. I dread when I think about it. It was Assamese and Nepali.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that they have some weird. I mean, something. Ha. I couldn't get, man. I tried it. You know, I've lost a lot of hair. But yeah, I mean, and Malayalam is. I mean, I kind of talk in Malayalam also, but you know, the literature, the kind of the high flown lyrics.
Right.
You gotta concentrate. You gotta really be there and
Focus.
yeah, focus.
So I think most of this interview is being conducted by Chinmay Sharma, the fanboy, and not Chinmay Sharma, the host. To be honest, and this is another question which comes directly from my heart. Is I have to discuss, I think, the best music album made in Indian films ever, according to me, is Bombay. I think it is just poetry. It ticks all the boxes you have to. What I want to know from you is how did all of it come together as a well-oiled machine? Because you have composers, lyricists, singers. How did all of that come together literally like a Swiss watch?
Well, if you can buy a Swiss watch, but this came on its own. Yeah, I got a call from Rahman. I mean, this was just after Roja and a few months later.
Right.
Yeah, maybe a year later or so. Yeah. So he said there's a song, and so when I heard the song, we completed the recording in about 40 minutes. That's it.
I find that very hard to believe.
You know, I tell you something, because when I heard the song, I felt I know it.
How?
I don't know.
You just felt it.
I felt, yeah. And I just, yeah, but 2-3 takes, it just happened.
40 minutes you
Yeah,
finished
that's
that.
it. That song was nailed in 40 minutes. We heard the song at least about 8 times after that.
I think I've heard about 8 times today.
There's no orchestration.
You're one of your favorites?
Yeah, it has that quality. Yes.
So are you good with rapid fire question answers?
I don't know. Let's see. Let's try.
Okay, let's give it a shot because this next segment is called Hurry-Haran. Alright, so you need to be as quick as possible
Yeah, okay.
and hurry with your answers, but also put in a spice of your usual wit.
Sure.
Alright, you've got a list of questions here, and here we go. Hindustani music or classical? Hindustani classical or Karnataka?
Hindustan.
Ooh, okay. Any band you would love to collaborate with?
I would have loved to collaborate with Michael.
Oh wow, of course. Oh, that would have been fantastic. That would have been
And
fantastic.
we had a short jam session with Stevie years back.
See my next question.
Yeah.
See my next question is use one word to describe your jam session with Stevie Wonder. So I love how he calls him Stevie. It's just Stevie for him.
Yeah, he's. It was just like he heard my album Kash, and then he played me his album. Like, beautiful. Like, and then he came. His piano was there, and he started playing it. And then all over playing his chords, and he took it over from there, and then. He did that. He did into that.
Alright, now moving on to the next question. In your house, who is the strongest woman? And this is not including your mom. Is it Amrita or is it the missus?
Oh, Lalita.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Because we've got Amrita right here.
Amrita is like me.
Can we have the camera on Amrita, please? And guys, that's one of the strongest women I know. Definitely one of the-
Amrita is like me.
Okay.
Yeah. Happy go lucky.
Yeah, Amrita, you want to come and answer a few? You want to take up this segment?
No.
You want to ask your father-in-law some questions? and Akshay? Akshay is the alpha at home, or is it you or Karan?
Akshay is a cool guy. Yeah.
Akshay is a cool guy. Akshay, I will give you that. Akshay is definitely a cool guy. And now, since I made him blush, moving on to the next question. Lose your hair forever or lose your voice for a year?
I don't mind the hair.
You
You can replant it.
can replant it. Yeah. This magical voice ain't coming
Or in a
back.
big.
Sick. Witty as ever.
When you lose your voice, what do you do with yourself?
Yeah, fair enough. And especially you. If you lose your voice, you are.
For anybody, and for a singer is a bit more.
And then there's singers and then there is you. So, what is your favorite dish? And I know you're a foodie.
It's बहुत खराब क्वेश्चन है यार. What is your dishes? वो ना जो है ना.
Sorry. We make a 3-part series and one part is only your favorite dishes.
Now you put me in.
Yeah, there you go.
This is a problem. Like,
Akshay, what does your dad like the most, bro?
Ran.
Ran?
Ran
Ran is the favorite.
Pattar gosh.
Ooh, that's it. A genre of music that you cannot stand or you don't like much.
There are genres when they don't sing in sur, besura,
Bass.
which I don't like.
Alright, a remix is according to you, or a boon or a bane?
So if it's done with polish, with
Right.
taste, without taking much or disfiguring the original.
Right.
If you keep the figure and then you just dress it up, it's nice. There's certain songs are there which are meant for that period of time. So don't touch it.
Fair enough. Also, I think clearly this cannot be a Hariharan because these stories are just amazing. I just get like reeled in like a little fish. Right. Do you think this is a question that is meant for you? So do you think that classical music is getting fossilized by the pressure of new age music, or a symbiotic relationship is possible according to you?
A correlation is possible.
Is possible?
Yes,
You believe so?
it is possible. It's possible. Because world has shrunk, you know that.
Right.
And cultures have shrunk, come close.
Right.
So it is bound to happen.
Fantastic. And the last question is, if Mr. Hariharan would not be a singer, then he would be a...
Judge,
Oh.
my honor.
I'm
a lawyer.
So I'm guessing you want to put in chemistry, sir? I guess that was it for Hurry-Haran. Now I really know I'm going to regret doing this, but I cannot not have you in the studio and not request you to sing a song with me.
Sure.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
I think I can be the Leslie Lewis to your Mr. Hariharan. We can do our own little version of Colonial Cousin songs.
Sure.
You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do something different.
What do you have in mind?
You want to do Sanigap?
Absolutely.
Why don't we do it with Tanpura?
This?
Yeah, for a change.
Fusion music still killing it. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvighnan Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryashu Sarvada. Something about the way you smile, I may never know the reason why. Something about the way you smile, you may never know the reason why. Oh Jana, निगाहों में है कैसा ये नशा, अदाओं में है जादू कैसा तौबा, न जाना कहीं जाना है मौसम बेवफा. Something about the way you smile, I may never know the reason why. Something in my heart just cried, you may never know the reason why.
Something about the way you smile, I may never know the reason why. Something about the way you smile, you may never know the reason why.